And then Danny, are you able to record?
Last time I checked, I wasn't, but I can try again.
It's okay. I can go
Like to
ahead.
YouTube, right? Oh, okay.
I got to YouTube. So we're on YouTube. We'll be on YouTube in just a second.
Oh, did you need me to record on the cloud?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So we are all set. Marley, good to go? I'm going to go ahead and let everybody in.
Let's let them in. Let's do it.
All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hello. Cool.
What's up?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started in just a few minutes. We're gonna let everybody in, but in the meantime, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the chat. I already see some familiar faces. Hi, Donna. Good morning.
Let me turn my camera on.
Hi, Roberta. I'm going to call on a few of you to just introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from and what do you do, or why you came onto the event today, actually. So tell us where you're from, why you came onto the event. Joshua, I'm going to call on you first.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Joshua. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I joined the event today because one of my friends is starting to work on a project, and I want to see if there's any way that I can help them with their rollout and things of that nature. So, yeah.
Dope. It's cool to meet you. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Let's see. We've also got Charisse in the background. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us why you joined today? Hi, Charisse.
Can you all hear me okay? Good morning.
We can hear you.
Or afternoon for some people. Well, okay, I'm Charisse. I'm an artist and composer, and then I also work in the film industry as well. And I joined because I haven't come in quite a while and I missed everybody. But yeah, I just wanted to, start my day off right with some artistry. So yeah.
Cool. Charisse is an incredible singer and songwriter. She performed we had a fundraiser for my birthday last year, and she is absolutely amazing. So we love you, Charisse. Cool. I'll call on 1 to 2 more people. NEKa, what's good, NEKa? We missed you. Hi, NEKa. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Hi. Hi, I'm NEKa, everybody. It's been a long time, but I'm just here because I like Charisse. I'm trying to just get back right and start my day off right as well, and just kind of get back into the groove of I'm an artist, I rap, and that's so
cool. You all will hear from NEKa a little bit later in the listening session. NEKa, we've missed you. It's so good to see you.
I miss you guys too. It feels good to be here.
Cool. Miss Elijah, I see you raising your hand. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Turn your camera on.
Okay, ma'am. I'm just trying to figure out how to work it. I'm sorry.
Miss Elijah, you can introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and why you came here today. Oh, you're muted. Miss Elijah, you're muted.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, I'm Miss Elijah. I had relocated from Cincinnati to Houston, Texas. I had got shot in my head in 2013, and I had an out-of-body experience, and it led me to quantum physics and augmented reality. And for me to be able to cope with life and stuff, I had to learn how to talk and stuff again. So I used music, and I wrote music, and I recorded, and I also just had a release on our platforms. And I'm working on my next visual, which will be created with the augmented reality visual effect through my lollipop. So anybody that have my lollipop or have my streaming my song or whatever, the album cover or whatever, they're able to access the visuals that I have from the past. And hopefully, soon I will have something like a snippet or something out with the visual for the future. So
that's dope. Cool. Well, it's great to meet you, Miss Elijah, and we're glad that you're here with us. So
nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm Alexi. I am the founder and CEO of Finesse Media, and we've got a huge bunch of people today. We've got 66 people. I'm sure a lot more folks will be coming in just a little bit, but we're excited to have you. We've got our A&R event today, obviously, and I'm going to pass things over to Marley, who will introduce us to the event and our amazing speakers. So we hope you have a good time. It's really great to have everybody here, and make sure to take notes. Also, turn your cameras on if you can, because it's a really great way to network in the music industry. Cool. All right, Marley, you're up.
All right, let's get into it, y'all. Hello, all 70 of you. Wow. Thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Saturday. My name is Marley Davis Hewitt. I am a content creator for our TikTok. Follow us on TikTok at Finesse Media. And I do a little bit of music marketing with our artists as well. Today, we'll be joined by the lovely Chyna, Cayson, an A&R and executive assistant at Atlantic and Asylum Records, as well as the major Adam Small, CEO of ADS Music Partners. Both panelists have worked with some of your favorite artists in the game, so I hope y'all are ready to take good notes. To start off this event, we'll be going into a Q&A portion for about 45 minutes, followed by a 15-minute opportunity for you all to ask any questions you have. And then we'll close out with a 30-minute listening session, which is where we'll get an opportunity to hear some new music from members of our community, and the panelists can give live feedback. So I hope you all are as excited as I am. Just a reminder, keep yourselves muted and hold all of your questions for that Q&A, that audience Q&A portion. And with that being said, let's get into the very first question. So Adam, Chyna, again, thank you for being here. We have a lot of aspiring music industry professionals in the audience today who want to know how you guys got into your positions as an A&R. Chyna, can you walk us through your journey?
Good morning, everyone. I had a very long night. I was in the studio very late, so excuse my voice. I'm from Alabama, so I'm very country, and my voice is very deep. So I got my start. I moved from Alabama when I graduated, started at Clark Atlanta in 2016. And I want to say my sophomore year, whenever that was, 2017, I started interning at Main Street Studios, which is owned by DJ Drama and Don Cannon, who also went to my school, Clark Atlanta. So that was like one of the first things that I did. My major was in public relations, and I kind of just knew how to like work my way around everything. So whenever a festival would come into town, conference like A3C, One Music Fest, I always found out a way to like, volunteer, work those events. We had a place called The Gathering Spot. It's like a Black country club, like the Soho House. And so I worked with the PR company who ran all the events, who did all the step and repeats and all the media check-ins. I always worked those events. And that's kind of how I built up my network. I was really big on studying LinkedIn, and I just kind of knew who I was talking to. And so I worked one of the events, A3C. I met my first real boss in the music industry, Quinn, and he was the VP of StreamCut at the time. And I told him to hire me. I walked up to him and I told him to hire me. And that's kind of like my first traction. I recognized him from LinkedIn, and I was like, you should give me a chance. So,
I love that confidence. Adam, you've been doing this for quite some time. Was your process similar to Chyna's?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I started off interning for Snoop Dogg in 2012. Rolled a bunch of weed, did a lot of marketing plans, and then worked my way over to Universal Music Group Distribution and kind of learned how the labels were set up. And from there, just decided I didn't want to work for anybody. So I started trying to manage artists. Along the way, discovered an artist named Sweetie. Developed and produced all her sounds. Got her to where she is now. Along the way, was able to curate some big records for other acts in the industry, like Hot Girl Summer for Megan and Nicki. And most recently for Lotto with Bitch from the South and Big Energy. I just kind of found my way just getting onto teams, working for free, adding value, and just kind of ran with what I was good at, which ended up being curating records.
Gotcha. Very dope. What does a day in the life as an A&R look like? Chyna said you just came back from the studio last night. Can you walk us through what a typical day for you is?
So I'm an assistant, so I support my boss, who is the EVP of A&R at Atlantic and the president of Asylum. So my day, no A&R assistant is like a great entry level job in the record label. No day looks the same for like nobody's across the board for all the assistants. None of us are the same. So I would say like it's all dependent on your boss. For me, I'm super involved, super hands-on with my boss. So I do everything from book his travel to I sit in studio sessions. I help him go through beats. I turn in records. I might wake up now. We're back in the office in LA, so we have to go like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I haven't figured out my life yet with that. But I'm in the studio every day, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to like 3, 4 a.m. And we do that like Monday through Friday. So I'm trying to figure out now what my life is going to look like with going to the office too. So I've been here for about 2 years now. Well, actually, it's a year. So yeah, because I have the Asylum in Atlantic. Asylum is under Atlantic. It's independent under Atlantic. So I function in two roles. So I have a weekly deals meeting. I have 2 weekly A&R meetings. I have a marketing meeting I go to with Asylum. Asylum is smaller, so it's very hands-on with our artists over there because we're still building them up. And on the Atlantic side, most of the artists are already established. So it's not really a lot of like, they kind of run their own thing. Dallas just kind of just oversees everything, and I assist them with overseeing it, whether it's like typically around the time it's time to turn it into project. He puts the finishing touches on it. So yeah, like my days are pretty sporadic. I could be at a video shoot, like no day looks the same for me. Like it's all kind of nuts. Like I can be on the phone for like 3 hours, just listen to the artist rant, and that's my day. I could just, it could be anything.
Very cool. Sounds very fun. Adam, what about you? What does your life look like?
Man, it's a lot of, like, I manage about 10 producer songwriters too. They're on the charts that help me curate the record. So a lot of it is just, making sure everyone's calendars are straight. No matter what level you're at, you gotta be on point. And listening to all the music in my inbox when people are sending me, going over client rollouts or projects, and dealing with a lot of high levels at the labels, trying to make sure we deliver the records they want. Every day is different, but I'm blessed I do what I want every day. So I think the key is just find your hustle, what you're passionate about, and keep it moving. That's how you that's how you make an impact out here. You gotta listen to everything, no stone unturned, but really, really hold, whatever project you're delivering. I don't care if you're an A&R, you're, in graphic design, you're in marketing, whatever. Make sure your shit is really top level and airtight. You gotta learn to suffocate success. I'd rather try and fail than to not give it all my all and then, wonder why I didn't try harder. You know what I'm saying? So, it's from when you open your eyes, when you close your eyes type situation. Whether you're working for yourself or someone else, like you gotta go above and beyond. And that's kind of what it entails.
Definitely. You're kind of touching on the next question I wanted to ask, which was because you've dropped some major names right now that everyone was like, wow, favorite artists. What would you say is a personal characteristic of yours that has made you so successful in your career?
Mine?
Yeah.
Man. I'm really personal with the talent. I float the line between manager, A&R, producer. I'm not someone who just sets a session, doesn't show up. Mm-hmm. I'm in there, I grind it out, I'm in the trenches with them. Mm-hmm. And because of that, they appreciate my critiques and my feedback, and I can have meaningful conversations with people to get the best out of them. But also just I have a great ear. And, it took a while to really establish that because everyone feels like they have great taste, but mm-hmm. you gotta deliver, and the track record speaks for itself at a certain point. You just gotta put in the work. You gotta put in your 10,000 hours, and you gotta do 10,000 hours again.
Definitely.
But I would say no one will ever outwork me. So, I've always said, like, you can outwork talent, right? but you can't outwork talent that works hard. That being said, you know, you just got to have a thick skin and keep going.
I love it. I love it. And Chyna, what about you? What would you say is your personal characteristic that has led to your success? Bless you.
Okay, I'm myself all the time. Like every day I show up as myself. And so I would say like, it's hard being anybody else. So, and especially in this music thing, you have to love it because it's nuts. It's only crazy people do this, and you have to want to be in this. So if you're half doing it, you're not gonna be able to perform your best. So if your heart is half in and you're halfway, one foot in the door, one foot out, you're not gonna be able to get the best results because it's very hard. It's very hard to do. You're gonna sacrifice a lot of stuff, and you're basically on the artist level, and as far as like being an assistant trying to enter into the realm. You're going to be sacrificing your personal time, your personal life to support someone else's dreams, but you should make it very like foundational within your own. So mine is all like, I'm focused. I know what I want, kind of like, not really, because I don't know where I'm going with this, but I know like I'm headed like in this direction. So I'm not just blindly doing things. I walk into things. I make sure it's a great fit for me. And I'm open to trying everything. So whether that's like, you know, I went to my other job, it's whether I want to be an A&R, studio manager, producer, artist manager, go into publishing, you should try everything just before you turn something down and mark it off. So yeah, I show up as myself because it's hard being anyone else.
Absolutely. That's why I love talking to you as well. And also for our artists in the audience who are looking to get discovered or looking to get signed, what advice would you give them? And have you seen any trends currently that are helping artists break through the noise? Adam, can you lead us with this one?
I don't follow trends. I set the trend. You guys got to release consistently, persistently. Don't listen. The second you follow someone else is doing, you're late. All right. That's it. I don't. You know, if you gotta be able to tell someone like me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right? Because it ain't for everybody. Everyone got different tastes. But the second you listen, if you're a producer and you're sending shit to me for Lotto or Sweetie or Cardi, whoever, and it sounds like some shit they already did, you're late. You gotta bring something new, you gotta take chances. Best advice I give anyone I work with. Don't play the middle. Either float the line of horrendous or spectacular. Take a chance, right? Kanye does it every time. You either hate it or you fucking love it, and you probably end up loving it 5 years down the line if you hated it at first, right? So with that, you gotta be ruthless. You gotta be shameless. You gotta be social on social media. It ain't cool to not follow people back. It ain't cool to not engage. If you're an artist trying to get people to fuck with you, you know, try getting, 3 people to fuck with you every day and engage with them, because they're going to tell 3 other people about it. Before you know it, you got 4,000 people a month checking out your shit. But, you know, if you're trying to take the elevator, that shit never works. You know, so you know what? The biggest advice is, I would say, it depends on where you want to be. I like rocking with superstars, people that want to be the best of all time, right? So how are you going to be the best of all time if you sound like everybody else? What's your story? What are you talking about? Who are you making music for? And when I say that, who are you selling the shit to? It's a business. If you can't write down who you're selling it to in detail on a piece of paper, then you're not there yet. Music ain't for everybody. So your music ain't for everybody. But, you know, set the trend, don't follow the trend.
That's real. That's real.
But I'll give you a great example with TikTok. I've had the #1 record on TikTok like 3 times. And each time that I tried to make a record for TikTok, it didn't work. But like Tap In did 1 million videos a week. Best Friend did 1 million videos total. There's a difference. So you can't gauge what people are really gonna fuck with. You just gotta actually like put it out there and see what they fuck with. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And you can't be afraid. Don't use insecurity don't use perfectionism as an excuse for insecurity. Just put the shit out. That's it.
That was a bar. Hope y'all wrote that down. Chyna, do you have anything to add?
Just like invest in yourself, and you should definitely like invest in the team around you. So something like about an artist, like you can't be too out of touch. And so what I've learned too, a lot of our artists that we work with, especially this is for the ones who are trying, like the newer ones, because like I said, Asylum, we're in the business right now building acts. They do things on their own too. They don't just wait on the label. You wait on the label, you'll be waiting forever. So whether that's for you when you get signed and you're at the beginning stages, or when you're trying to get signed. So like when you go the extra mile, whether that's shooting a video, looking at my own blogs, make sure you have a manager who's going to put you out there doing your own shows, connecting with the right other artists, connecting with the producers so you can build and grow with someone. Because the label is cool. It's like a cool little something to add on it, but if it's no foundation, it doesn't matter. So like it's going to be wobbly, and you can't just count on someone else for your success. So you should have a team around you that's going to keep you humble, keep you grounded, that'll be honest with you at all times too. So you have to have something for them to work with, especially like with the new age. It's a lot of TikTok acts. Like we're very adamant on our team about building stars. It's not popcorn. It's not like you're putting out these one records and it's burning out. Like working for my boss, I'm learning how to make albums. Like one of his artists has a diamond song, and they didn't know that was going to be the diamond song. They just knew that it was a great body of work and the fans chose it. So that comes from like, hustling, being in the studio, recording day in and day out. But yeah, and even for people who want to enter into the industry, I would say just take the risk, like jump into it. Don't be scared to take the risk. I lived in Alabama. I moved to Atlanta, no family, moved across the country in the pandemic to LA. I'm just taking the risk, figuring out what works for me at this point. So, I mean, yeah, you can't be scared, and go be ambitious and be strategic.
Definitely. You also, you work with some crazy cool talent. And on the label side, how are you seeing that labels actually find these artists? Where are they finding them outside of, say, SoundCloud and like Apple?
It's a little bit of both. Like it's sometimes like you hear the music and you just like you recognize, if you know music, you can recognize like a star most of the time, whether that star is already there or needs polishing. If you're really good at what you do, you can recognize if that person's a star. So a lot of the time it comes from just being connected with other people, whether there's like, for instance, my boss hiring me because he knows I'm close to the ground. I'm like, I'm around other young people. He's older than me. He's not super old, but like I'm tapped into different stuff. So I try to stay tapped in. Like, honestly, I go to labels, I do a lot of paperwork besides the studio. So I don't go through a lot of email demo songs, but I'm around people who know like this is what you need to listen to. So if something is hot, we know with the people who say, oh, this is what's hot right now. If I'm on campus, it's like, what are the students listening to? Like you just listening and you sticking your ear to the streets because they're gonna tell you like what they like as well. So that's one way. And when artists start doing their own work, they start making noise, you pay attention. Like if you're on the ground, you're gonna see like, oh, they're doing shows. Like who did this video? Are they signed? Like how do they? And so for the major side, they will come in and put down something bigger versus like, you can up your deal that way from just being a small artist who might be like shelf, like they say. And when you come with something to work with already, they're more inclined to put bigger stuff behind you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And Adam, how did you even go about finding Sweet Beat? If I can ask that.
Man, we had another client we were looking at a Puma event. And she was there taking pictures with her friends. My partner met her, and then we called him like, yo, go in the studio. Let me know if this ain't good. And we went in. First song we made was Icy Girl. And I was like, that's pretty good. So, like, look, I find artists so many ways. Whether it's Instagram or word of mouth, I don't really fuck with analytics. Like, analytics are very reactive. Like, I can create analytics. Like, when I go into major, so here's the thing, I work for myself or via a joint venture, right? That I have with a major. So a lot of times I will, develop something and get to a point where the label wants to upstream it. And with that comes creating the data, creating the content, creating the leverage. So with Sweetie, we just identified what her fans were. A lot of people don't know, but Icy Girl was on Instagram first. It was her rapping in the car.
Oh.
And then taking that to a video, we had the video doing 30 million plays before we had on DSPs, just off YouTube. And then using that to create the leverage and doing the venture with Warner. And that's a roundabout way, but just kind of building off what Chyna was saying. And I think it's super important to just believe in what you got and, use your marketing sense and your branding sense to make it move.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of strategy.
On the add on there too, when I had bought, are you familiar with Saucy Santana?
Yeah.
I bought Santana to my old job, Streamcut. And my boss, I was thankful enough to work in a small environment where we could bring artists, and like if it's on the ground, I could talk to my boss, the CEO. His desk was next to mine. And so I was like, this Welcome Like a Dog. We listen to this on campus. Like, y'all need to get this. It's hot. Like, this is, and when we dropped Welcome Like a Dog was doing, this was like before TikTok really got hot. When we dropped the video, it was like, we had 1 million views in like 24 hours on Welcome Like a Dog. And it was just because that's what the kids, you had to pay attention to what they were listening to. They were telling us what they want to hear. And he literally, it wasn't on DSPs. He had no clue about any of that. We bought Santana and he was like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. Like, you tell me what to do and da 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 da. And when we put a push behind it, literally just made a video, and the fans came. Like it was good. It was good material. Like, he had an audience.
You'll notice the engagement right away.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was in the same position you were in when we found Sweetie. I was an assistant, and then I just kind of, nobody was really paying attention to the baby acts, right? And I just took that shit. I ran it up, and I went from intern to, president in 2 years.
And it was hard.
But that's all. All it takes is just a vision,
Yeah, even with Lotto, my first day of work, we shot the Bitch from the South video, and so I'm like, oh, this is hot. It was a great record, but when she had a big social media moment, and that carried her over. So sometimes you have to sometimes it's that one thing that you're missing. You can put all these dollars into it, but if the people don't want it, they don't want it.
So you know about our new girl, Amretta?
Of course.
That's not Atlanta.
It's not Atlanta.
That one's crazy. Y'all on the lookout. Check out Amretta the Great. She's going crazy right now.
How do you guys, when you find these artists and they are on that ground level, how do you establish trust with them to make them feel comfortable working with you and trusting you to take them over? Adam, you can take it.
Tell the truth. Be honest. They know when you lie. They don't want you because it's gonna come back to bite you. You have to stand on what you say, even when it makes them mad. You have to tell the truth because they're gonna remember that. They're gonna say, "Oh, you told me that shit was whack. You told me that and it's not doing well." Or even if it's you just if you want the best for someone, people can sense sincerity. It's like you treat a regular person, you have to treat an artist too. And sometimes you have to do a little bit extra babysitting and hands-on approach. But when you're honest with the artist, that makes a world of difference. You have to tell the truth.
Got you. That's good advice. Adam, do you have any advice?
I mean, look, I just found out. I figured that out as a chat here. This is crazy. Y'all going off. Look, you have to walk a fine line. It's their career, not yours. You know what I mean? It's not the artist. So you gotta pick and choose your battles. To be honest, until you've sold more records than the artist, and who are you to tell the artist what's good? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of, you know, work with them, see their vision, maximize on their vision, and show them some cool shit. That's really all it comes down to. You know, I picked some battles and I've lost some, and I picked some battles and I've won some. But at the end of the day, it's about them, not you. If you're an executive, you know. And listen, at the end of the day, you want to battle with your artists all you want. If you ain't selling records, it don't matter at all. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want the artist mad at you, regardless of how real you're keeping it. Because if you get keeping it real, if you don't like it, if you don't have a solution, then you're just a hater. So make sure you have a solution for the critique. You know what I'm saying? And you want the artist to fuck with you. This game, let me tell you something. The number one key I had to learn in this game was stay close to the heat. If you can't be close to the heat, you can't make an impact. So, you know, play your part, pick your battles wisely.
Definitely. Yeah, chat going off because y'all just keep dropping gems. so don't worry about that. It's a good thing. Speaking of like picking your battles and things like that, can you give us an example of a time where you maybe didn't see eye to eye with an artist that you dealt with, and how you were able to like manage that?
I'm gonna fall back on this one. Y'all go ahead. I've had so many of those. I've been doing this 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't never gonna sit here and be like, I was right, the artist was wrong. They don't do nobody no good. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna listen, if you do this right from a development standpoint, I like to say you're in the monster creation business. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to create divas if you want them to really be a superstar. You know? And so just having those down to earth moments, you know what I'm saying? And not being afraid of that. Like, yo, if the artist believes in themselves more than you, like believes in what they're doing, you're and they're winning, that's all you want. You don't see J. Cole going out here being like, well, I don't know if this is right. Should I ask so-and-so about it? Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I have a great relationship with my artists when it comes to A&Ring because, you know, I have a track record of that, but it comes from this, you can't, this is what I'll say. I have a 95 to 5% rule. 95% of the time, I'm not going to tell the artist how to be the artist. 5% of the time, I will. And vice versa. They ain't going to tell me how to A&R manage more than 5% of the time, right? Because that's what I do. So it's about that trust and relationship. But you'll build that trust by being in the trenches with them. If you're going to give someone feedback, you got to see the whole process. No one's trying to make a record for 12 hours, send it to you, and then in 10 minutes you say, I don't fuck with this. But you weren't there for the making of the record. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's just, you know. Listen, I've missed some huge moments because me and my artist didn't agree on something. But that's just neither here nor there because the moment didn't fucking happen. You know? But I've also had some huge moments. So you take it for what it is.
Gotcha. Chyna, were you going to say something? All right, no problem. One of my other questions was, how do you know that you want to work with someone without giving too much away? Yeah, how do you know when someone is right for you to work with?
Me or
anyone? Anyone start. Chyna, go ahead.
On the like the actual working side, like for me, it's not about like the job. When I went for, I never applied to any of my jobs. So for me, it was about who I was working for and what they did and the type of teacher they would be for me. So I would say, like when I say be strategic, that's what I mean. Pick the type of environment you want to work in. And of course, you're not going to really know them until you're there. But like I met my boss from doing a panel. I created a panel at my school because he went there as well. And I heard his story and I had another A&R. I'm like, another A&R participated. And I'm like, that's who I want to work for. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to learn from the best? He did all my favorite artists and stuff like that. So why wouldn't I want to work for him? And so that was really strategic for me. Even me walking up to my old boss and just saying like, you should hire me because I knew of his work. I spoke to people who've worked with him and they spoke highly of them. So just be strategic. Don't just go for the position. Make sure you have a great manager because they're going to be your teacher and your mentor, essentially, to carry you on through this crazy industry. And even for the artists, like it's all about like seeing how they work. Before we sign the artist, we make sure they're in studio locked in. Can you write? How long does it take you to record? Do you listen to, you have a team around you? Is there somebody there to push you? Stuff like that. So when you, and just so they're like a good person, like you have to work with like, that's a lot. Artists are like, can be really crazy, but when you mess with someone who's just like, I'm learning that from my boss, somebody who's just a good person, like who want to just do the best thing for the team and, that's honest, that's who you're going to want to be around because you're going to be around them every day. Like when you're in the trenches and you're doing the meaningful work, you're in the studio with them every day, every night. So you want to be around somebody that, that you like. So yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. Adam, did you have anything you wanted to add and how you choose to work with people?
Talking about artists or people like my company?
Artists primarily, yeah.
For artists, man, I gotta see it. Like, I can't just believe that it could be something. I gotta see the play in my head. Like, I gotta literally see like how I'm gonna break this artist. What's the record gonna sound like? Listen, I can love an artist all I want, but if I'm just a fan, that ain't the same as something I can just break. I can't just break shit I'm a fan of. There's gotta be a play. There's gotta be a way to get this point A to point B, right? And to me, that came with a lot of trial and error. Because what I used to think was breaking an artist ain't breaking an artist. What my level of breaking someone is, it's a McDonald's meal level type situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta be on a global scale, and for me to get to a global scale, there's certain pieces that need to work, and things like that really like put it into perspective. At the end of the day, I work for myself. I've always worked for myself. I never had a paycheck, so if I'm going to spend my time on something, it's really got to be worth my time. So, as I've gone through this game, it really only takes one artist. You know what I'm saying? So if no matter who I work with, they're going to get the same amount of energy. So you want to make sure it's the artist that you can get to, a Drake level, a Sweetie level, because they're going to get all of you, right? So why would you do that for something that's not going to return the most? You can't just do it because you're a fan. At least I won't do it just because I'm a fan. I've done too much of this shit, right? So just know you only need one, and it starts with one hit.
Got it.
So, that's how I kind of choose. And I'm not really too concerned about, when I hear a song, what the music sounds like, because I make records, right? But I care about intangibles, like, does the voice cut through? Are they visually appealing? Do I want to, like, when I look at them on screen for 20 minutes, do I want to see them on stage? Are they interesting? What's their story? How are they communicating? It's so many intangible things. You just got to feel it, but you really understand, what you like the more you go through it.
Thank you, both of you. My last question before we get into the audience Q&As, as I've seen so many questions in there, so you guys will get your chance to ask your questions in just a second. My final question for you both personally is, as you've reached success and worked with so many big artists, what is it that keeps you inspired and hungry? And anyone can happen as they feel. What keeps you inspired?
Man, I like to be challenged.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't like talking my shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've made a certain type of record so well for so long that like I got like 8 number ones in 2 years doing the same kind of shit. You know, I mean, like, I already know what that is. For me to work with my next artist, it's got to be something that's very challenging to me, is going to push boundaries, push the format, right? But again, my sights on what artists I want to work with are top level, top tier artists. But you know, like, you know, it is what it is. I see a lot of people in the chat asking about, how do I get this chat open? Let me see 1 second. Asking about queer artists of color, things like that. So I have an artist signed to Def Jam right now named neKa Jolie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with neKa, but she's an artist that we signed. She's non-binary now, but when I signed her, she was an artist on Instagram, and she's recently transitioned, or is transitioning, and she is mixed, and it's definitely a challenge, but it's also something that comes with, you know, great belief, and, you know, this is the world we live in, right? And it's this is the music industry. We aren't selling insurance. Shit's gonna look different. It's gonna be weird. You know what I'm saying? It's not always gonna be, you know, what people want it to be. You know what I'm saying? And again, it just comes down to the messaging and believing in what you believe in, right? No one can force you to work with an artist, you know? And again, it's not going to be easy for anyone. Everyone has different cards they're dealt. But, you know, it's like, this is the thing. When I say a challenge, I don't look at like, oh, let me pick the hardest person I think they can break, right? It's more about, like, to me, I feel more validated in what I do when I feel like I have to work hard at this shit.
For sure.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And I don't care if the person is straight, gay, black, white, Hispanic, sings, raps, is jazz. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. If you can strike a chord in me and I want to work on that shit, I'm only doing it if I feel like it's going to be something like game-changing, history-making.
Okay.
I know it's a roundabout answer, and I answered some shit in the chat too, but like I said, I listen to everything. But it has to make a marketing standpoint. The best A&Rs have branding experience.
Okay.
You got to be able to see where your record's going. That's the biggest issue with major labels today. The marketing and the A&R don't talk until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So push the boundaries. Make sure you can go hard for your shit. And don't be afraid to, you know, develop shit on your own, even if you're in the system or outside of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know it's all over the place, but
no, our motto is literally to change the game. So that's great advice. Oh, Chyna, do you want to add anything about how you can stay inspired?
I'm still young. Like I'm very early stages. I started young, so I haven't even reached, like, I don't even know if I want to be doing like A&R work forever. Like I might want to switch to marketing. Like you said, I might want to switch to marketing full time. I might want to be an artist manager full time. So like, I'm never like getting comfortable. I try not to be stagnant. Every day. So I'm looking for something new. Even with my job, when it's time to leave, it's time to go. Don't overstay your welcome anywhere. Like, so I'm constantly pushing myself and pushing the envelope for myself, and, you know, just following my heart. What makes me, I want to show up every day as myself. It's hard being anybody else. Mm-hmm. I want to be in a space where I can be myself every day. And so when I realized I get to a space where it's like, oh, I'm too cool, I'm too comfortable, I'm too kicked back, it's time to move on. Even if like it's with the artist, if you're like in a certain thing, push the envelope constantly.
That's good advice too. Thank you very much. All right, you guys, I see the questions. I see all of the questions. If you can do me a favor and use the reaction button to raise your hand. If you have a question, I'm going to change my view to gallery so I can see you raise your hand, and I will call on you as I see the hands go up. Let's see. You guys know how to do that? Okay, I see some. Joshua, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you to the panelists for, you know, taking your time to impart some wisdom on us. My question is for Adam. You were talking about like hits and you know, like breaking a superstar and like making a big record. I saw a tweet floating around the other day. I don't know if, I think it was punch from TDE that was talking about like who's the next superstar coming up in this generation after like Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. My question for you is like, do you think like what does superstardom look like in today's industry? Because there are a number of artists that, you know, have developed a really strong niche for themselves and, you know, are able to sell out venues and, you know, make money off of touring and things of that nature and merch. So that was just wondering what your thoughts on that.
I mean, look, a superstar is many different faces, right? To me, it's not as much about your like, all right, so here, let me back it up real quick. Talent is so subjective. The best artist, like rapper, lyrical, whatever, usually isn't the biggest one on the market. It usually isn't the biggest superstar. Let's keep it real. Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, perfect. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Like Brooklyn, how many fire MCs do you know that are not pop?
A lot.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the biggest artist in the world, and it's like Drake, who, by the way, is a phenomenal artist. He's king, or a Sweetie, or a Cardi B, or, you know, whoever's the biggest, right? They're not necessarily the most technically gifted lyricists. Drake might be, but you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
But they're superstars because they outwork everyone, and they have a talent that is more subjective, and it's about entertainment. No one cares if Rihanna's writing the record. She's a fucking superstar, and she performs and does all this shit. She's a vehicle. Same with Beyonce, right? So to me, the biggest superstars are the most marketable superstars, the most relatable superstars, the most likable people. Talent is more than just making good music. Everyone can make fucking music. Everyone is a fucking computer. They can upload their shit to YouTube. Like, how old are you?
23.
Okay. So I'm a little older. I'm 31. But just for some perspective, if you wanted to go make some music and put it out, how long would that take you?
It wouldn't take long. I got a couple beats on my laptop ready to go right now.
Right. Okay. Right. You seen the movie 8 Mile?
Yeah, of course.
That whole movie was about him making one demo.
Now that you put that into perspective, yeah, that is crazy.
So, like, okay, yeah, you made a good song. Sweet. Where's the rest of it? If you walk in a room, this is how I know if I want to sign an artist. If I hang out with them or invite them to dinner or something, if they don't command the situation, you're not a star. You can't disappear when you sit in the room. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because how someone who's quiet and timid, but a fire writer in the booth, gonna sell me a personalized McDonald's meal or a fucking car or play the Super Bowl? It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So in a world where it's funny because I am a music guy, I'm a record guy, but I mean, look, you've been watching the Kanye documentary?
I actually haven't watched it because I wanted to watch it all together one time. But I've seen the clips. I'm also a Kanye stan, so I've seen a lot of those clips throughout, you know, life too.
I love Ye too, but he's the fucking exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
sense of the word. Yeah.
Everyone's going through it. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's fucking talented. Work harder. But the thing is, being a superstar for everybody. Like, if I had to tell you who I think the biggest, to me, the rappers that I'm most excited for going forward are Kodak Black, 42 Doug, and Lil Baby.
Yeah. Nah, definitely Baby. I'm really excited to see
that doesn't include Young Boy, who's the biggest.
Yeah. All right, you guys, we're gonna give someone else an opportunity to ask a question. And if we don't get to your questions, feel free to reach out to these panelists after today as well. They have shared their contact information with you. So yeah, don't be shy. Samiere, I hope that's how I pronounce your name. Can you unmute yourself?
I'm coming in hot. You know, I do have a lot to say because as a queer artist in the industry, I'm just gonna put it out there, 1,000,001. We do not get the respect nor the representation nor the people who are willing to actually, I want to say, see past the dollar sign because of how we look. And I'm talking about the mask identifying queers. I'm not talking about the Kiana Ladays and the girl that you just signed who looks cute and can pass for a straight girl on stage. And my passion is not bitter because I'm definitely doing my own thing over here, and I definitely support, upcoming artists as well as collaborating with, artists in the industry. And I'm speaking with passion coming from being signed and having to leave a label that said that we don't have a blueprint for you, so we don't really know what to do with you. Of course, this is before, I want to say Sid actually got popular, and the little younger generation that's coming out. But at the same time, the acts that we are signing, like you're towards the gentleman that was speaking earlier about entertainment, I'm an entertainer too. Sade was an entertainer, so I'm just trying to figure out, why do I need to talk about titties and ass, and in order for me to be on that platform? Because if it is about entertainment, the entertainment that I'm seeing that is being represented towards, as far as like my audience, is Young Ma, who I don't really roll in the same crowd as her. I'm like an Arlo Parks girl. I'm an alternative R&B soul
Are you
kind of
asking
person.
for like how to market yourself, or how
Yeah,
to?
I'm just no. I'm just asking as far as like when they're talking about signing acts. What is the reality for the queer mask identifying person that walks into the label? I have heard from other labels that said they're opening up departments for queer artists as of recently.
I mean, look, I see what you're saying. I don't operate based upon someone's ethnicity or their orientation or their gender. It's about if I can see the play, right? So a big part of it comes with finding the right team and support system that understands your vision, but can also help you execute it, right? Like it's not like I will intentionally sign a gay artist or avoid a gay artist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, some of my favorite artists of all time, like Elton John, Frank Ocean, even like Sid from the internet. Like those are things that I can be a fan of, but if I don't understand the marketplace for how to market it, then respectfully, I'm not, like, the same way I don't sign every rapper or sign every singer. Like if I don't understand it, I'm not in a place where I can help you, then I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? But it's more about the business side of it, where like if we're selling t-shirts and you want to skew your t-shirts to a certain demographic of people, but I don't understand how to sell to that demographic of people, then I might not be the best partner for you in selling those t-shirts. It's the same with music, right? And I don't want it to sound harsh, but the thing is like every situation is different for everybody. Would Roddy Ricch have been the same artist if he was signed by Republic? Who knows? Was Sweetie or Megan have been the same artist? They were signed by different labels? Like, who knows? Yes. I would say when it comes to your artistry and who you are, believe in yourself and stay into your guns, but try to be strategic. It's not about just getting a record deal. A record deal is just an investment and it's an infrastructure. Make sure the infrastructure really plays into what you need and what you're lacking in your own vision and your own product.
Chyna, do you have anything you wanted to add to this conversation? You're working with the label?
Even with like with the Santana play, like they still don't get it. Like I'm still close with Santana. A lot of people still don't get it, but it's to the point now where like they have to listen because people want it. So what are you gonna? So I came to them. I'm this young black girl. Like, why is this hot? It don't make sense to you, but this is what the people want. So you have to serve the people, because at the end of the day, these executives too in the music business, like you said, like it's a business. It's a money game. They want to know how can they make their return, especially when you talk about a label. That's why I talked about earlier, building your own and creating leverage for yourself, because it's hard. Like, because when you go to these labels and you're asking them for the push and the money, you have to make that money back. So if it doesn't make sense to them to even give you the money, even if they do, you're going to be in the red for so long if you don't have anybody to help you, like market to make the money back. So sometimes it's even better, like on Santana was an independent scale or a smaller distro scale. It's better because it's not as much money because it has to be paid back. And like when you go into like your artistry, owning your music, that's important for a lot of people nowadays. Like the major labels are cool. It gives you a global push, but they have to know what they're pushing and who they're pushing to. So like it's certain, like even for me as just like working, I'm a young woman. I go to a place where they're going to cater to my needs. I work for like my bosses are men. My bosses have been men in the past. So I go places where like, how are you going to support me as a woman, a Black woman? And I'm the youngest in the room. So I go places where I'm appreciated. I go places where I know I can grow and it's growth for me. And if it's not there, I create my own growth. So that's what I've done so far. Like it's just even entering into the music business is hard. I'm from the South, I'm country, like I'm loud. They don't like it. So I have to go where it works for me and move on from there. Like I'm still trying to figure it out. It's hard. Music business, like I said, it's crazy. It ain't like
that was a great question.
Nuts. Like,
all right, I'm gonna give one more person a chance to ask their question. Fayz, can you unmute yourself and say how you pronounce your name and then ask your question?
It's pronounced like Fayz, like
Fayz. Super dope.
Yeah. Thank you. My question, I mean, it can be applied for both Adam and Chyna, but you know, I've noticed there's this ineffable nuance to like a pop star, for example, Drake or Cardi B, Playboi Carti, all these big stars, right? And Adam said something really powerful. He said, you know, it's not only about making the music, but it's also about having this element of yourself that carries through the music, the relatability, the nature of like, you know, the connection to like, oh, you know, I see myself in this person. And my question is like this. So what is the criteria that you see in somebody or like in the artist? Like, what is that it factor that you're like, you know what, there's something about this person. They might have like 5 followers, they might have 0 streams, but there's something about this individual right here that I could see somewhere in the future that could do incredible numbers, that could have like an immense success. So yeah, what's the criteria for that aspect?
That was a good question. Chyna, you want to lead that one?
It's just like if I look at somebody's like when you talk about the 5 or 0 followers, I use this term all the time. I bought Soundwriting Rich with 3,000 followers. So you talk about like just having the music and like star too, like even when it's like you pitching your music and you meet them and they go on a meeting and they stand on the table while they perform their song. So it's like, and it's something, and Roddy's a little different too because he's antisocial. So it's not even something where you make the play where how relatable is he to other people or like where he have like a big fan base, but he made great music. And so my boss is very old school. He believed like he only signed stuff that he liked. And even now he's having to make a shift with TikTok. It's like, oh, because you got to make money and get the labels. What are the kids listening to? You have to listen to the kids some of the time. But for the most part, like, if the music is cut really well and you have like somebody who has the power to push it and to put the plays in position for you, like that's what, like, you make a good body, you make a great single, you're going to be single driven. So yeah, like you have to know your craft. It's just not going to be, people think because they like music, they can be an A&R. That's not the case. It's really hard. Like, like I hear that people like that just like make great playlists. Like I should be an A&R, but like it's just about like, like even like the beat selection, putting you with the right writers, knowing if you need a writer or not. So stuff like that, or just even with the marketing side, make sure you have the marketing play together. So it's more that comes to like, is it a foundation to be built upon as far as the artist, like something to grow from, 0 to 100.
Adam, do you have anything to add really quickly, like a last sentence of what an it factor looks like to you?
A few things. Can we run a few more? I love this Q&A part. Can we extend the Q&A part a little bit? Is that okay? But also, my guy, you're giving me heavy Jimmy vibes. I fuck with it.
That's love, man. I appreciate along the Watchtower. I'm an artist myself. I forgot to preface with that too. That's why I'm asking this question, because I also make music. So,
well, first off, you have originality, and like I believe what I'm seeing. I'm seeing your space. It looks like it's like you're really about it. So what I'm saying.
Love, man. First, I appreciate that.
But also, talk with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Like stand on your shit. Yeah. So what was the question again?
The question is like what's the criteria you look for in the artists you're gonna sign? Like, how you're talking about how Drake and all these artists, they have something beyond just the music. They have the personality. They have the avant-garde nature of this, like this. I don't know. In Taoism, it's called the Tao. You know, it's this ever flowing aspect of nature and reality that's always present in that thing. And I feel like music also presents that through all aspects. You know, so like,
I mean,
like, what do you see?
I mean, do I believe it? Do I believe what the fuck you're talking about? Are you likable?
Yeah.
Likability is everything. Everything.
Yeah, straight up.
I don't care who the fuck you are. People like you. Yo, the kid in high school who had all the girls, or the girl who had all the guys, who was popular for no fucking reason, is a likable person. They will sell records.
Yeah.
How many like people are like marginally talented but have hits or on TV and shit because they're likable? You know what I'm saying? Look, didn't Zendaya just drop something randomly? She's been out of music for a minute. Everyone fucked with it. She's likable as fuck. She's talented. She's very likable.
Yeah.
So I look for likability. I look for authenticity, and I look for something that cuts through. Tone is important.
Tone.
Does that answer your question, Fayz? We got to give other people a chance. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate that so much. And one last thing I was gonna say, Adam, like how can I reach out to you and like send you something? Because
everybody
I feel like
everybody in this room can hit me on Instagram at WatchLife. I'll put it in the chat. My email's in my bio. I only ask you to send me links, no attachments.
No attachments. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Love.
I do not have the digression or the I want to ask the CEO if we can extend this Q&A portion for like another 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah. So usually we end this around 1 o'clock so that we can get into the listening session. But Chyna and Adam, if you both are cool with extending the listening session, maybe another 5-10 minutes or so.
I would honestly rather extend the Q&A and listen to music when I can vibe. It's hard for me to get it like off rip in a room. So whatever you guys want to do, but I'm here for it. You got me engaged. So
cool. Yeah. So Marley, why don't we extend it like 5-10-ish minutes or so? But if you all are asking questions, you all better make it quick. Do not go on and on and on telling us your life story. We need to get to the point and try to make it relevant for the rest of the audience as well. Please don't talk about like, my mom is out here telling me that I shouldn't be making music anymore. We've all been there. We need to get right to the point. Cool. So you all have a few minutes to ask some questions, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. Then we'll jump into the listening session around 1:08, 1:10-ish or so. Cool. Marley, back to you.
All right. Thank you. All right. We got the green light from boss lady Alexi. Okay. Let's see. Sharice, you've been waiting very patiently. What is your question?
Hey y'all, I didn't think I was gonna be able to ask mine. Let me speak really fast. I'm Sharice from Gary, Indiana. I work in LA now. I'm an artist and composer. I'm gonna definitely send y'all my stuff. But the question that I wanted to know, it's for Adam and Chyna. You all definitely spoke about what artists need to do is like, release consistently. And you all talk about you're always in the studio with the artist, but you didn't really touch on like aspects outside of the studio. And so live performance is very important for me. And I'm an entertainer by default. Like I love to go in the studio, but my main thing is entertaining people in the live space. So I wanted to know, could you all talk about your roles outside of the studio? How, like in A&R, I know you're supposed to, well, at least for me when I was interning at Def Jam, like I would have to be at live events all the time. This was before the pandemic. So I just want y'all to speak on what does that look like? How do you all like feel about star quality in, on social media or in live events, et cetera, because that's my expertise. So.
Chyna, can you start us off in answering this one?
I love star quality. All my favorite artists can perform. So I think that's what takes you over the top, like as far as what type of artist you are. One of our artists that we have at Asylum, Ken the Man, she's from Houston. She's a rapper. She's hot, but she works harder than everyone. She outworks like most all the other girls that are out, and that's what's gonna set her aside. So even stuff like just making sure you can perform, working out so you can perform through a 3-minute song, like that, going the extra mile. So it's having these honest conversations with your artist. It's like, girl, you were out of breath by the time you got to the third song. So we're gonna have to work on that. But I think that that's what makes an artist even better as far as it cuts better in show. especially for artists who don't just rely on their vocal talent. So like a rapper and stuff like that, it's the whole production. So how you can grasp artists, you said, what is it like outside of that? Yeah.
Adam, you have anything to add?
Just make sure that you watch your performance before you give it out to everyone else. A lot of artists be doing shit, and I'm just like, did y'all actually like rehearse? And like she was saying, like, you got to rehearse it. But we've all seen an artist be like, what the hell are y'all doing? I've had artists where I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? You know, but just less is more. Do it at your own pace. Nobody trying to have you come out like Katy Perry at the Super Bowl when it's your first Rolling Loud. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
That's it. Everything else, I agree with what Chyna was saying.
Yeah, have somebody around you that'll be honest, that'll tell you, girl, that wasn't you were sis.
All right, next question I'm gonna give to Jakaya Burke.
Hey y'all, I'm Jakaya. Thank y'all so much for coming. I'm a senior at USC right now, studying music industry. And my question is, have any of your artists broken into the blockchain or NFTs? And if so, how can up and coming artists use this for their benefit?
All of them. And it's because there's no rules. And but you have to be able to engage your fan base. Don't just, and by the way, this is where they always fuck it up too. Don't money grab from the nerds. Don't do that. They don't like that. Don't put out an NFT trying to get some money. Make sure it has utility and that you're really supporting the community you're getting it from. Otherwise, it's going to backfire. Also, just remember, music industry is the last one to adapt to any technological change. So, the ones who will do it well are the ones who really understand the community. Mm-hmm. And yes, follow Gino the Ghost. He's a client of mine. He's in it heavy with Fluff World and his own stuff. So keep an eye out for that.
Definitely. And I don't know if you guys seen it's happened with Lottie Day. She actually runs a company, EQ Exchange. She's in the chat and she's very knowledgeable and can help you kind of figure that out as well. So shout out to Lottie. Next question. Anthony.
Lottie's a goat. Lottie's a goat, by the way. She's so active on all platforms. It's
absolutely.
Actually, I see her on my feed every day. I'm like, yo, and I met Lottie. Did I meet you at a Grammy panel I did?
Yeah.
In LA?
Yeah, in LA.
I'll never forget.
Years ago, I think.
Yeah. Pre-pandemic.
Lottie knows anybody and everybody. So if you are in this room right now, if you do not go connect with Lottie, you're missing out.
I literally, anything she posts, anything she says, I click on it because she knows everything and everybody. So yeah, she's a good connect to have for sure. Love
Appreciate y'all, for real.
Next question, Anthony, can you unmute yourself, please? It'll be at the bottom left corner.
No, it's all good. I'm just like trying to link it with everyone at the same time. So I don't want to ask like a dumb question, but I'm not at your guys' level. What do you mean by breaking an artist exactly? Like, what does that mean?
Breaking an artist means separating them from the pack. And there's levels to that. Real world example, I remember when I had to separate Sweetie from all the dolls, the Asian dolls, the dream, whatever that was. And then you had to get past, the cash dolls, and then then you're like with Megan, and you gotta get to where she's at, and then the Barbs, and then Cardi, and X, Y, and Z, right? So there's different levels of breaking through. That could be from getting, a record deal to getting on the radio to having a number one, to having a gold, platinum, etc. So it's about breaking through that ceiling.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. I got my Bay Area music producer, and but to respond to your answer, you're saying that it's to help them reach the next level professionally. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're trying to break through. You want people to know who they are.
Okay, cool.
That's why I focus on radio, because radio will get you wherever you need to be. It's bigger than streaming to me.
Bet, man. Thank you.
All right, Miss Elijah, what is your question?
I was going to ask you guys, because I'm an artist, but I'm also like kind of fascinated with like the virtual world and like with augmented and VR. And this is my sucker. Well, one of them, it's, I got different styles. It's 24 karat gold, and it's also fluorescence, and you can see the fluorescence color in the dark. But my music is inside of this sucker. Like once you hold it underneath one of my apps, you can view my music, and you can also reach me through call in and video call. And I also have like augmented reality basketball. And in the future, I want to be able to create my NFTs and put them and distribute them through my Lollipop. So a lot of, like the fans and stuff and people that's interested into like my Lollipop or just like augmented reality, will be able to have an experience with the Lollipop. But I'm trying to see exactly, because, I'm developing platforms, like as an artist, developing platforms like apps and stuff. What advice do you guys have for those type of artists that want to create their own platforms in order to market their music and market their self and create a platform that's providing value through augmented reality and virtual reality to the public and to others?
Definitely. Chyna, have you seen anything like that where you work?
No, but one of the artists is working on like developing how he's gonna release his next project like that. So I think it's genius. Like you're creating your own like wave. Like, and it's still kind of it's picking up traction, but I still think it's pretty early. Like as far as people who are doing it like really well, I still think that's genius. I love that.
Yeah, because I call it the smartest lollipop in the world, because it's, with the dumb lollipops, the ones with the bubble gum and Tootsie Rolls in the middle. I got you can watch the whole movie.
That makes it like a sweetie. That would be cute too, because there's a lollipop.
So there's something there for sure. Adam, did you have anything you wanted to add to this one?
It comes down to your fans. Don't overthink it. Engage your fans. You build it, they'll come.
Period.
Okay.
Right. Thank you so much. Adina Jackson.
Hi, yeah, let me turn my camera on.
In outer space with it. In outer space with it.
It's a funny joke because a lot of people, when they see the Zoom, it's a regular Zoom background, but when they see it, they're like, But anyways, my name is Adina. I'm a recent Full Sail graduate in music business, and I have specialized training in African music industries, and I've kind of started building my network there because I primarily want to work with African artists, mostly in helping them cross over, which is partially marketing and partially like A&R work. So I wanted to get some opinions or advice on like what are the best ways to bring an artist to the States that makes music similar to American artists and also different? Because I know Afrobeats is becoming popularized here, but it's still not where it needs to be.
You just answered your own question.
Okay.
Make it sound like it's here, but different. I got an artist. Maybe you can give me some good ideas or good tracks for. His name's Donnell. He signed my Warner Venture from the UK by way of Zimbabwe. So I'm on piano vibes. It's not quite the Lagos vibe, But look, the reality is you guys, this is very simple. You're selling to people. You have to give them what they want. You're not going to sell raincoats to people that live in the desert. You're not going to sell fucking ski equipment to people that live on the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be likable, and it's got to make sense. And you can inch it further away with great music. But look, even like WizKid, who in my opinion had one of the best albums of last year, didn't really sell units here. He had a song where they used Bieber to cross it over, right? Or someone like Burna Boy. Like these are like the leading. Like I agree, Afrobeats is it. But it's about what kind of Afrobeats.
Definitely. Okay. Do you want to add anything to how she can kind of transfer her artists over to the US?
No, Adam touched on a good part of it. So
perfect. All right.
I would just say try to make it so it doesn't sound so skewed that it feels more global,
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make you like that's how we're gonna really want it. So and then when we want to make a way for it to be here, like for it to live here.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, I have two more questions. Kingston Music, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
I wanted to thank Finette and the panelists. Thank you so much. I am a singer-songwriter, and I'm struggling with how do I select a genre. I've asked this question before from other people in the industry, and I'm trying to narrow it down. I think it's closest as maybe soulful funk, rock or whatnot. What is your opinion as to overextending as to what type of genre? I can think that it might fit into 5, but not, I don't know if it's blended or if I have to pick a lane or just do my own lane.
So your question is how
I need to,
how to describe your music in a way to like sell it and market it? Or like how to
so
describe
sorry,
your music?
it's not, I'm not a morning person, so that didn't come out as well as it could have perhaps in a few hours. But so how many, do I have to hone in on one genre?
Gotcha.
Or can I just blast 5 genres and list myself as 5 genres, or is that just a no-no on the marketing side?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
I don't know what genre means today. As much as about how you're gonna market it. Make hot shit. Like seriously, even like Material Girl, right? Like the record we were talking about. Like, yes, Lottie, fuck genre. I agree. 100%. Because guess what? Pop music isn't really a genre. It's what's popular, right? You know, Drake is rap, but he's pop music. The Weeknd, like Adele is really a jazz singer, but she's pop. You know, so make hot shit. Don't overthink the particulars. Like, don't try to identify or categorize, compartmentalize what you're making until it will do it itself. Trust me.
Chyna, anything you want to add to that one? Shaking your head.
Yeah, like that made sense. Like when he said material is perfect, like it's whatever the people like at this point. It's like no bounds on music right now. So it's like whatever makes sense. We know what we like when we hear it, and so listen to your audience. So yeah, even like Bruno.
All right, thank you. I hope that answered your question, Kingston. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Well, Jimi Hendrix's comment comes to mind. There's just good music and bad music. So I know others, I think Frank Sinatra may have said that too, but thank you both for giving me input on that. And it's very encouraging that it goes to the lines that, that Jimi Hendrix quote.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
All right, Lottie, take us home with it. What's your question?
Yo, first off, so I want everybody being here. Adam, great seeing you again. So my question is in terms of like focusing when it comes to career path related stuff, because when I first got into music, I was like really focused on the songwriter path. Adam knows because I would send him songs. And so I've been sort of pivoting though into somewhat A&R, but also into like Web3 related things. But I'm just trying to figure out navigating things in terms of the traditional route with the music industry, but also maybe like more future focused stuff. Just if you have any general like career advice.
What does traditional mean in music?
You know, getting an internship, moving up from assistant. I'm trying everything. That's what I would say, dude. I tried the whole the Web3 stuff. I can't really say that. Like I said, you want to do something that you love to do. This work is crazy. So you want to show up and love what you do every day. Right. I would say try it all, but don't just stick with like Adam said before. Don't stick with the wave. Like go with what works with you. You have to, of course, go with the times, but at the same time, don't just go with like what's hot. Because if you don't like it, then like you're gonna be miserable at work every day for $1.
Cool. Did that answer your question, Lottie?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, for sure. All right, y'all.
Lottie.
Go ahead.
You need to be on a panel.
Lottie is always on our panels. We love Lottie.
She cap it.
I need to ask Lottie some questions, if I'm being real.
Next week, we're switching it over.
No, everyone wants to sign up for one-on-one.
Appreciate you, for real, Adam.
Yeah, ready, Lottie. Okay, are you guys ready to listen to some music? My favorite part of this Yes. Okay. Head nods. I can do that. Great. Do I have hosting abilities? I think so.
You should.
I need an up tempo for Normani if someone's got something to play.
Oh no, Kit Kat, Alexi, can you please host?
Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me give you co-host Marley. You should be good.
Got it. Thank you so much. All right, this first artist is actually somebody that to share your computer sound. Okay, 1 second.
Also, Adam and Chyna, we do this every week. So these folks who have submitted are people from our community who have been coming to our events pretty frequently. Some of them are really early stage. Some of them are a little bit more advanced in their careers, but it's kind of a range of music. So you feel free to just give us honest and critical feedback because this is an opportunity.
And they're unsigned.
They're all unsigned, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Alexi. So yeah, this first one is actually somebody that I work with closely. His name is FAAME, stands for Focus in Achieving My Empire. He is from Baltimore, and he's been making music since he was like 11.
A bright future, baby, I can see the forecast. Double wasn't begging me, wait till I buy it. What I'm gonna do when I got money, get some more cash. Go for my peoples up in heaven, they left too fast. I got a smile on my face, I'm smoking good gas. You did me wrong, now it's fuck you, but I'm not mad. You just was hating cause I'm pressuring my bitch, babe. You just was hating cause I'm pressuring my bitch, babe. Hey, tomorrow I might pull up in that Rolls Royce. I'ma grind every day, I ain't got no choice. Shoebox full of money like a dope boy. Just stack it up, I fuck around and fix a broke boy. Put shiny diamonds in the bezel, make them watch time. I can't be hating on nobody, I'ma get mine. Little freak say she pregnant, but it ain't mine. How you throwing up the next day, girl, it take time. I feel like they could smell it on me that I'm gonna shine. I'm on this road, I'm having battles, dodging potholes. But I'm so happy I can't keep this shit inside, bro. I'm undefeated in this life, I'ma survive, ho.
All right, so that was FAAME. That was FAAME. Any feedback for FAAME that I can give to him?
I think it was cool. Good? I think it was cool. It didn't really cut through for me.
Yeah, it was cool.
But again, that's what I was saying. It's not. I don't feel like it's setting a trend.
Got you.
Kind of follows an existing trend. But I also, I like his tone on the hook.
Cool. All right, we're gonna get into the next one rather quickly. Let's do that. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
Yeah. Hold on. Can't go away, let go on. Attitude shift. Losing my grip. Losing our grip. What did I say? Diamonds and bling. Diamonds they sing. Look at my wrist. Pocket like this. Attitude shift. Why did I sip? Holding your zone. You holding your own. I bought you some chrome. I've been outside, cause when I'm inside, I'm stuck in the dark. Looking for some, I'm losing my mind, don't know where we are. Hop in the whip, losing my grip. I'm tired of shit, I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Feel like I'm losing my grip. No, it don't feel like home. When everyone treat you like this, I feel like an ET. That's extraterrestrial, bitch. And I'm living in 3D. Till I'm dead, I ain't calling it quits. And I see why they calling it quits. Cause they never been ballin' like this. Way I'm shooting like Gretzky. You can tell by the ice on my wrist. You can tell by the shine on my teeth. Don't got time to be wasting with kids.
All right. That was Bling by Fayz, who asked this question earlier, featuring Cap. Do you have any feedback for Fayz?
Well, not really my style. But again, being fair, like I mentioned earlier, I'm on my phone, so I can't. It's like a phone through a Zoom. I can't really listen like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm also someone, for anyone who's going to send me music, and Lottie will tell you as well, anyone who's sending me music, I'm the guy who has to sit and live with the music for a little bit. I can't really just hear something once and be like, I know what to do with that. Very rare. But also, like, to be fair, as long as that's not what I would sign, but I can see people liking it. Like a lot of kids like that vibey sound. It's kind of like something between like Uzi, Playboy Cardi, stuff.
For it. It's definitely a market for it. Fayz is the one you had, like the Jimi Hendrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like. I'm not sure what I was expecting. I was expecting like I don't know his name. I'll put it in the comment.
Wait, that was from Fayz?
Yes, you said like Jimmy. Like I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that at all.
Somebody in the chat says Steve Lacy, maybe.
No, what's the guy that he's worked with Lou Will? It's the he's from Atlanta. Do you know what I'm talking about, Adam?
I don't. But is he actually from Atlanta, or is this not Atlanta?
He's under Lou Will's agency now. Hold on.
To be honest, it was just hard to hear it because it's on my phone.
Hey, yeah, that might be on me too.
Akeem Miley, you gotta look like him a little bit. Lou Will.
You're like somebody. Hey, I'll take it. All right. This next one is going to be by one of our frequent like artists that we have in our community. Let me share my screen again. He's super cool. And you guys said to send you links and not attachments, correct? In the future?
I don't like attachments because I'm on my phone and it's just hard for me to circulate attachments. But I can circulate a Dropbox or Box link very easily, or SoundCloud.
Dropbox. Got it. All right. All right.
Send me this producer right away. Send me this producer.
All right, yeah, I did forget to preface that with this is an instrumentalist and producer.
Send me a pack.
Yes.
Send me a pack.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Sean, you heard him. Next one up will be. Let me double check real quick.
Hold on, is Shine in here?
Shine's in here. He got that.
I am. Thank y'all so much for listening and for the perspective, Adam. I will definitely be sending you something, and thank y'all for the support.
For sure.
Send me like your top 7 that you want to get off.
The top 7? You got it. Thank you.
Just 7.
Got it for sure. All right, next one is NEKa, Black Magic.
All black and magical, the voodoo. Those who not know themselves remain fearful. Niggas on the hunt for the real, I got an info. I done learned the answer to life is going mental. All black and magical, the voodoo. Those who not know themselves remain fearful. Niggas on the hunt for the real, I got an info. I done learned the answer to life is going mental.
He know the deal, he done mastered the art of being hoe. She hear him talking, she listens what she already knows. The truth is now in the present, you either here or gone. Half of them blown off the thoughts from someone else's dome. Like sun, they shine cause they know they gods. They smile despite the odds. She rise, you know he rises to flower things. These niggas on and they willing. Open they eyes and no ceilings. Misunderstood so they feeling. Still healing, world through they healing. This life is like a game. I'm talking chess, not checkers. If you don't know yourself, they'll tell you who yourself is. They'll turn your story fiction, feeding you lies. Tell you it's knowledge, really is bondage. Freedom, yeah, you gon' have to find that. Cause they gon' offer you nothing more than cages with shiny objects.
All right, that was Black Magic, NEKa. I accidentally let that roll a little over because I was really vibing with it. But what do you guys think?
I like it.
It's not bad. I gotta see what the hell that is though. I gotta like live with it. You know what I'm saying? Like the switch up really got me a little bit.
Me
So,
too. I thought I was gonna hear a singer, right?
well, I like the idea. That's the thing. Like, I have to really live with it to see what the hell that is. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to write it off as like what I feel like it might be. But is she from New Orleans?
I'm from North Carolina, but
I didn't know you were here. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm from North Carolina. My mom, I'm Nigerian American. My mom was born in Nigeria, so
let's go, Nigeria.
Yeah, but really, people, I was really scared to put it out because I was like, oh my God, people are going to be thinking the wrong thing. I'm like, I hope people can like just look at the movie and just really listen to the words, because really, I don't know anything about voodoo except that it is Black and magical, and I was just trying to play on words, like, because I feel that I'm Black and magical as well. And then my next line is like, those who don't know themselves remain fearful. And it's just like, when you really know yourself, then you really learn that there's nothing to really fear out here. But I don't really dabble in
fear. Put it out.
Yeah, I was really scared to do it because I was like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I really just want people to hear what I'm saying, which is really like to pay attention and to be aware of your thoughts, and to make sure that these thoughts that you're having are yours and not like what everybody's feeding you. Like, don't be doing what everybody wants you to do. Just kind of do what you're supposed to do. Like, just put your message out there, no matter like what people are going to think or what they're going to say. I'm just trying to tell people, just like, make sure that these thoughts you have are your own and not nobody else's. Make sure you really being like who you are. Right. So, but I really, I know we had to like, can only play one verse, but second verse I started snapping, but yeah.
I will send you both the links to everything that today, so they will get a chance to hear the full song.
Marley, I think while you're speaking, you can hear Chyna. Chyna, do you want to answer?
Like, I liked it. Like, she sounded really different. I was listening to her tone a lot too. Like, even when the singing in the beginning, and just like not even more so the lyrics, but she sounded like her voice. Like, I like it. I could dig it. I could hear something else coming from it. I could see growth in it.
Thank you.
You see growth in it. That's good stuff. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. We're gonna go to the next one. This one is by Samiere, actually, and it's called Reminisce.
Marley,
yeah.
Just a heads up. And you actually a visual from Samiere just now.
Oh, we have a visual?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
we
you sending
do.
it?
It's already been sent. I just sent it to you.
All right, 1 second then.
Cool. Samiere, are you still in the building? I know you had to get to work.
Yeah, I'm here, low key. I'm just working on phones right now, so if you guys have anything to say, I'm in the repair room, so I can talk.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
You got it?
Team, I gotta jump after this one.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, let's go.
Love me harder than you've ever loved. Tell me that I am the only one. Show me beauty falling from heaven. Won't you give it up? Won't you give me your love? Won't you give it up? Won't you give me your love? Won't you give it up? Won't you give me your love? I remember when we fell in love. Stayed up all night, got so turned up. I just heard our song on the radio. So you left me till the end of time. Love me harder than you've ever loved.
Yep.
Ate that.
Good. That was
I mean, shit. Send me a playlist.
We was all kind of rocking the same way for a moment. That was cute.
You can ride to it, smoke to it,
like
black or red word, get down to it. that shit gonna work. So, you know, like this is what I'm saying though. What you look like when I hear a record like that, it doesn't like really matter when I'm first hearing a song. If I fuck with the record, I fuck with the record. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is music. You know what I'm saying? So I'd love to hear more. That's a vibe for sure. You know, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Chyna, you have anything you want to say?
That was hard. Yeah, send me something. That's some playlist shit. Yeah, that's like some like, you know, you put some on shuffle. He's like, okay.
Cool. I think, Adam, you said you have to hop after this, right?
I do. I really appreciate everyone's time. This is great. Y'all have my info, so, you know, reach out and, you know, I want to hear some fire shit.
Yeah, we have so much to, for real. Thank you.
Yeah, and Adam, we have a few other folks who had submitted music. Is it all right for us to get feedback for them specifically via email?
Yep, you got my email. Let's run it up. Cool?
Cool, thank
you.
you.
All right. Everybody say thank you. Unmute yourself. Say thank you to Adam really quick before he has to hop.
Have a great day,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Much love.
I know it was great to meet you as well. Tell Dallas and Keith I say what up.
All right.
Later.
Adam. All right, y'all. We've got a few more songs. Marley, how many we got more?
Great question. I think like 3.
Chyna, do you have a few more minutes?
Yeah, I have a few more. I gotta hop up like in 10, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
we have 3 more, so maybe like 5 more minutes. All right, awesome.
Also, I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. If you are, go ahead and drop in the chat. Give us a little woo woo in the chat.
Yeah, we didn't do it. Woo woo. Wait, can we unmute ourselves real quick and do a woo woo real quick? Yeah. There's my people there. All right. All right. Next song that I want to show you, Chyna, it is from Juice Cannon, and it is called Amapiano.
Be high key, not low with you. No sneaky link things, I wanna host you. Walking on my arm, they'll know it's you. Foreign ting that bling ain't nothing about you, loco. Lip on popping as you sing my vocals. You stay calm as a top down, I approach you. Don't play me like I'm a piano. You press keys like I'm a piano. And I'll apply pressure like only I know. I know, you know, you know.
Okay, so I can only pay a minute. I'm gonna stop there.
Who is this? What is that?
Me, this is me. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, it's Juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Thank you. I appreciate that. It's on all streaming platforms. I'm definitely gonna post a link in the chat. And so basically, Amapiano is like a new genre that's coming up. Like it's South African music. So I've been doing Afro beats too, and I do hip hop. But I just wanted to jump in that realm and just get on that wave before it popped. But like I was watching everybody's reactions, I'm like, yeah, this is it. Appreciate it.
I would love to hear some more stuff.
They all everyone said drop your IG in the chat. Jeez.
Oh, definitely. It's Juice Cannon TM. That's me on Instagram.
The African influence is always gonna go. That's what I say. Always.
Time too.
Facts.
Cool. Thanks, Juice.
People
Thank
that
you.
are looking for it too, especially like I know labels, they're looking for that sound too, because that you don't need no other body. It had a big, that was a
Right.
that was the song of the year last year. So it's the times for it now.
Yeah, for sure. I know this is the one. Like I feel it. Like the energy just feels different with this. The video, the song, everyone's just been loving it. So
Is it
Thank you so much.
you have a project you're working on?
well, no, I have an old project with Afro Beats. It's called Niger Baby, and it's all in that link. Niger Baby only has about 5 songs, but it's all Afro beats. I have hip hop songs too, hip hop mixtapes, but everything is in the link that I posted. I'll post the link again, but yeah, no project yet.
All right, perfect. Thank you again for sharing, Juice. We really appreciate it. Everyone was so thank you. Next up, we have it from one of our community members, Alonzo. His artist Perish, and the title is called Codes. Pull it up for you.
Talking in code, talking in code, talking in code. Oh no, I should believe in, or at least believe in. I believe that I wanna believe in something. Oh no, I should leave you, but instead I can't leave you alone. Oh, we're talking in low, just talking in code. Talking in code. Talking in code. Talking in code. Don't tell me that my heart, I know, beats out of time, but I give you all this heart and the code instead of mine. That's a piece to my peace of mind, when I made peace with the fact that I am gonna love you till the day you die. Then I'll rest in pieces of you.
Yeah, that was fire. Oh, Chyna, what are your initial thoughts?
That cut through really well. The build up was nice, especially the production and her voice like that. That was nice. They want to listen to more.
Well, I'm gonna send it to you so you can.
Yeah, you have the whole EP right there for you. So thank you.
Nice, yeah.
Thank you. All right. Last but definitely not least, is going to be from our community member Charlie, their artist Jephte Blanc, and the title is called International Party. Give me one moment. Cool, right here. No, I don't have to do that. Wait, 1 second. I had it up. Oh, dang. Can somebody actually put it?
Comes to worse, it's on YouTube. You probably find it on YouTube.
Thank you. Let me see.
And this is our last one, everybody. You're almost free to go. Chyna, you're almost free.
Great.
You got it, Marley?
Yeah, I got the music lyric video.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome y'all to this international party right about now. But you know a party ain't no party until the pretty girls walked in. And right about now I see them making their way to the front. They coming from all around the globe, you feel me? Let's go! Party over here, party over there. Them pretty looking girl got it locked right here. Whatever they at the rock the party, they get it started just like a cocky vroom vroom. I start looking at me, boom boom. My body sweeper off a fit like swish. Okay, I like the way she walk my English. Yeah, she like the way I talk. She say if you like it, gotta put a ring on it. And you better have a bling on it. I'm like, ooh, you bougie. Miss with Gucci, got a taste for Louis in your body, ooh wee. Make me wanna give it to you proper. She said first we gotta go and see the pastor. She said I heard you speak French. Whisper something in my ear. I'm like, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Toi et moi, we can take a flight. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Not the French.
No.
Hey, thank y'all.
Remind me like about the TikTok girls, you know how they get dressed and they get ready and they like dance. Oh, really wrong. TikTok, baby. Nah, I never heard French on it. What is that? What do you consider that genre?
Man, he's so versatile. He's an Afro artist, but he can do pop. He can do literally anything. So he's very versatile. He's definitely a superstar.
Give me like reggaeton vibes, like
He can do it all. I'm telling you, he makes all types of music. So he doesn't want to be boxed in too. So we're definitely not going that route.
That was good for like TV, like like the shows when they make up like an original song.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Like that. Thank you. All right, well, that was the last one, Chyna. I know you do have to go, but I did want to just say thank you for your time. Everyone, can you unmute yourselves? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Chyna. Thank you, everybody.
You gotta make that your ringtone now. I should have recorded that.
Y'all have a great Saturday.
Thank you so much,
You
Chyna.
too. Get some rest, girl. Please. You've been up all night.
All right. Bye, Chyna.
Wait. What was the name of that last song?
It was International Party by
The perfect title too. Yeah.
Jephte Blanc.
Is it out already?
It is. It's
it's out
in Spotify.
Awesome. Okay.
Charlie, can you drop it? Charlie,
Yes. Can you say the name
Okay, I got you.
or spell the name? I'm sorry.
Well, thank you all for staying with me so long. We went 17 minutes over.
Not bad.
It was worth it every minute.
But I had so much fun. I hope you all had so much fun, learned something, met somebody that I connect with. And I want to pass it to Alexi and KitKat for any last words that they may have.
Cool. Actually, Jordan, are you still on? Jordan is our events coordinator. So Jordan, if you want to jump on and mention the events that we have coming up, go for it.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Jordan, events manager, like Alexi just said. And we have some really fun, exciting events coming up in the next couple of weeks. So next week, we'll be talking about digital streaming platforms and all that goes into that. After that, we'll be talking about brand partnerships and then ending the month, ending Women's History Month with a women's mental health panel. So exciting stuff. Thanks.
Cool. And then Danny, can you spotlight me, Marley, and KitKat and Jordan really quick? So we have been working really hard to put on a really great event for you this week. And Marley, you killed it. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this. If you did, unmute yourself and give Marley a little woo woo.
Killed it.
Yeah, Marley.
Yes. Marley always gets nervous before these events. So we wanted to recognize you, Marley, for doing a great job this time around. But yeah, we hope you all enjoyed the event. We'll see you next week for our brand partnerships, right, Jordan? That's the next one?
Digital streaming platform.
Music distribution. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm the CEO of the company. I don't even know. I'm sorry, y'all. We've been hosting these events for 2 years. But we host events every single week. You all know where to find us. If you ever have any questions, you can reach out to us on Instagram and reach out to folks on our team to ask questions as well.
Follow us on TikTok.
Yes, follow us on TikTok. And also congratulations and shout out to our new interns as well. You all were very helpful in this event as well. So Mia, Kalia, Kanacia, Itzel. There's so many of you.
Kayla.
Kayla, Emily, who else? Let's see. We said Kalia, Itzel, Mia, Kanacia, Sage, Kayla,
Alicia. Yeah, I think if we missed
Emily.
Yeah, and Emily, if we missed you all, you know, we love you. And shout out to all of you that shared your music. It takes a lot to share your music in front of a big room of people. So we congratulate you and we want to continue supporting you in your careers. So make sure you all save that contact sheet. Go follow people on that contact sheet. Share your music with Adam and Chyna. You all heard them. They both said that they're willing to listen to your music. Only the best. Please don't be putting finesse media in there if you're going to send them like the raw files and MP3s. Please.
Mix and mastered, please.
Yes. But we love you all. I hope you have a good weekend and we'll catch you next weekend. Hopefully this is helpful.